Hola, good morning traders. So today it is the 19th of January and my name is Adam. For those of you who don't know me, this is your opening bell. So there is a lot of news expected out today. It is also going to be a very choppy day. Day traders would probably be best to just sit this one out. It's very unlikely that this market is going to perform within expectations or in any kind of predictability. So first of all, if we look at major economic news coming out today, out of Europe at midday, we've got the ECB publishing their account of their monetary policy decisions. We've also got out of the US at 1:30 just a whole batch of things. We've got building permits, initial jobless claims, and the Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing Index. Now, because the US is very sensitive about a recession, every single one of those things is going to create spikes in different directions. And of course, then at 4 o'clock, we've got crude oil inventories, which of course is still tied to the war, the invasion of Ukraine, plus OPEC's responses to Europe trying to separate itself from dependencies on Russia. So there's a lot of things going on right now with that. If we then have a look at earnings today, we've got quite a lot as well. We've got Procter & Gamble, which has also got dividends at the same time. Netflix earnings, we've got Northern Trust, Kimberly-Clark, Premier Foods in terms of earnings. In terms of dividends, we've got Caterpillar, Credit Suisse, Gladstone Capital, Procter & Gamble again, as I said. If we have a look at the charts, what I'm expecting, at least technically, is I'm not convinced yet that the dollar is done strengthening for today. So I think it's not impossible that we could see a strong dollar surge throughout the day at some point, which means that euro, dollar, GBP, Aussie, Kiwi, and so on would head lower. We'd also see gold. Gold is very overdue for a correction down towards $1,800. So at some point, I expect there to be a big move to the downside. When I have a look at crude oils have come up against sort of trendline resistance as well as moving average resistance. So it's battling at resistance there at about, let's call it $80. So we're going to see how that plays out as well. But if we get that really strong surge in the dollar, we're going to see a world tank as well. And that could just be for the day. Doesn't mean this is a new trend, it just means that for today we could see that big move. When I have a look at the US indices, for the most part, most of them have actually had a heavy hit yesterday, and they have come back into a good area for them to ultimately produce a bullish candle. So this is what I'm interested in. What I'd like to see is by Friday evening, which is the end of the week, is to see a strong bullish finish, at least on the daily candles. Today is going to be one of those mixed things. It could drop and then turn around and then close higher by the end of the day. So it's very likely that there's going to be strong volatility. But just looking across at the indices, they had a really heavy day yesterday. Equities as well had a very heavy day yesterday. The ones that thrive, that are doing really well right now, bonds. Bonds are very popular right now and are surging higher. So they're looking pretty good. And interesting enough, and I'm very proud of them, cryptos are also starting to recover. They need a bit of a correction. They also need to have a bit of a correction like gold. They're very overextended. They really need to come down a bit, but they seem very enthusiastic, very keen to keep going. So that's really what I'm watching out for. A lot of caution there for day traders. Today is likely to be big swings. The market is a bit disjointed. Some markets are very overextended. Some markets have already had a big correction. And so the markets are likely to swing a bit wildly. There we go. I'm going to leave you with that. I want you to have a good day, trade safely, and love you all. And I will see you in the next opening bell.